Convincing win for Monmouth, 37-14. First time that the Hawks have ever beaten an Ivy League school up here in the Bronx as MU takes their second consecutive win of the season over Columbia. Here with the head coach of MU, Kevin Callahan. Coach, I know you were happy with the way the team played last week in the win over Holy Cross, but I thought today was your most complete performance of the season.
Well, it was, and that's something that we had addressed with the team coming off the Holy Cross game, was to play a full game. I didn't think we started necessarily as fast as we need to. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the day trip up here today in the bus or whatever, not to make an excuse. But, the first couple series, we weren't very consistent offensively. And, we let them have a score in their first possession. But then I thought as we got midway through the first quarter and into the second, we began to take control of it. And one of the things that we emphasized at halftime was just being more aggressive and being more physical in everything that we were going to do.
Do you feel as if the team over the course of the last couple of weeks and now moving forward, obviously with a lot of games left to play, is really starting to find who they are, their identity has kind of developed?
Well, I think so, and that's something that we've spoken to as a coaching staff. We want to create an identity of who we are, and I think what we're seeing is an offense that has some big play potential and some explosiveness, but also has the ability to be very physical and wear opponents down. And I think on the defensive side, for the second week in a row, we're creating some turnovers. We're giving the ball back to our offense in terrific field position, and we're doing a great job on third down.
Well, let's talk a little bit more specifically about the offense. Another day where the rushing game was pretty much off the charts. Over 100 yards for Julian Hayes and just under 100 yards for KB Asante. Those guys continue to do great work.
They do, and it's a great 1-2 punch that we have. I know, Matt, you and I have spoken about this during the week. When we can continue to have a fresh player at that position, and particularly a fresh player that runs as physically as both of those guys do, I think it wears opposing defenses down. And I think you saw in the second half here, we began to wear the Columbia defensive front down.
On the defensive side of the ball, far and away, I thought today, best effort by the defensive line. Continued pressure on their quarterback and a bunch of sacks. And as you mentioned, the turnovers, it seems like those guys have also turned the corner with what they can do really well.
They have, and they're really starting to cut it loose. And I felt I really saw that starting back at Liberty. I thought our defensive front seven, particularly the line, was doing a good job. I thought we took another giant step last week at Holy Cross, and I think we just took it yet to another level today. And that's something that we have to continue to do. And I think in all areas of our team, Matt, we left a lot of plays out there on the field. We missed some opportunities today. And, those are things that you can go back as a coaching staff and point to and say, hey, this is where we can get even better.
You start now a stretch of the schedule with some more familiar teams in terms of the NEC kind of portion of the schedule. Robert Morris next week at home. After a win here today and the win last week at Holy Cross, I would imagine everyone would be excited to be able to return home on a 2-game winning streak.
We are, and it's 2 games, 2 wins that we can build on. We used this game to build on our victory over Holy Cross. Now we've got 2 in a row, and as I said, there's some things we can do better, and that's what we're going to go to work on this week. But we return home to Kessler Field to play Robert Morris, and as you said, it's a team that we're familiar with from so many years in the NEC.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. Great win here today. Looking forward to talking to you during the week.
Thanks, Matt.
The head coach of the Hawks, Kevin Callahan, after Monmouth's 37-14 win over the Lions of Columbia up here in the Bronx. We say so long on Hawk Vision. For more on this win and all thing Monmouth sports, check out our website at GoMUHawks.com.